What is up, guys? Welcome back for another review video. Today we're going to be reviewing all of the Disney Cars Piston Cup racers from Cars 1, which we're going to be reviewing all of the Nitro racers, all the RPM racers, and all the leakless racers. So we're going to be talking about a lot about their history, when did these guys came out, and everything. So yeah. But anyways, guys, this is actually going to be day 8 of the 10 days of Christmas. So this is going to be really exciting. But anyways, guys, if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It'll really help me out a lot. And stay tuned for the end of the video because I have an announcement for day 9. So yeah. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get started with day 9 of the 10 days of Christmas. Okay, so I have all the Piston Cup racers in the body order, which we're going to start off with the Nitro racers, the RPM ones, and then last the leakless racers. So yeah. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start off with Ralph Carlo here, which we're going to be talking a lot about this guy. So this guy has been with us for like the longest time already. He has appeared in the packaging with Radiator Springs in the background back in Toys R Us. And he was in the Motor Speedway of the South set from 2007 that came with all 36 racers. So yeah. And it wasn't like that until 2016 or 2017 when this guy came back again. And he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when this guy came back after many years of waiting for him to get a Thailand release. But it wasn't until 2026 when Case B came out and Ralph Carlo came back again, which is the difference I see is that the eyes are different and number 117 is different, and they actually fixed the axles for these guys, so yeah. But anyways, I gotta say I do prefer the Thailand ones, which I do love all the Nitro racers in Thailand forms because I do love the eye plates and in those designs this guy has. So yeah, but overall, Ralph Carlo is actually not that bad at all. And now what you're seeing right now is the 2026 Todd Marcus, which I'm still waiting till I get the 2024 Todd Marcus from eBay. So this is gonna be the permanent Todd Marcus for right now until I get it. Now about his history, this guy had like a lot of releases along with Ralph Carlo, like the synthetic rubber tire releases, and then he was also in the Motor Speedway of the South set. And then later in 2015 or 2016, this guy came back again. And it wasn't until 2021 when this guy came back for Thailand. So that he's made in Thailand now. And then it wasn't until 2024 when this guy came back again, made in Thailand again. But later on in 2026, Tom Marcus is back again in his Cars 1 look, now made in China again. So yeah, but overall, Tom Marcus is actually not that bad at all. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to Holland Gas, which this is actually a pretty solid Piston Cup racer. And now about his history, he did also had a synthetic rubber tire release, and he was also in the Motor Speedway of the South set, which the only difference I see for the China one and Thailand one is that the China one had like no eyeliner, no eye plates, and the Motor Speedway of the South one had like the raised eyelets, while the single one had it like flat eyelets, and the mustache is also a lot thinner than the Thailand one. So yeah, and then it wasn't until 2019 when this guy came back again for Thailand in the Blue Desert line, and then later in 2020 he had a metallic release, and it wasn't until 2022 when this guy had his re-release from Thailand in Red Riders, and in 2023 and 2024. And then later on in 2026, which he's not made in China again. So yeah, but overall, Holland Gas is actually not that bad at all. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Charles Armstrong, which this guy had a lot of releases with the synthetic rubber tires, Motor Speedway of the South. And then later on, he did also get his damaged version of himself, which is the rarest diecast ever in the entire collection. So yeah. And then later in 2019 and 2016, this guy had his release for China, which had the flat eyelids for 2016. And then later on in late 2019, this guy came back for Blue Desert, and that wasn't until 2022 when this guy was releasing a multi-pack with Dirksen D'Agostino and all the other racers. And it wasn't until 2025 when this guy came back again as a single. So yeah. But comparing him to Tom Marcus, he does look... I actually do prefer Chuck Armstrong a lot. So yeah, but overall, all these Nitro Piston Cup racers are actually my favorite ones, which I do love all the models. So yeah, but now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the RPM models. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Okay, so we have all the Nitroid racers lined up right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Davey Apex, which this guy also had a lot of releases with synthetic rubber tires and motor speedway on the south. And then later on in 2015 or 2016, this guy came back again. And the only differences I see from the Thailand one is that the mustache is like a lot thinner, which the Thailand one is like a lot bigger. And it wasn't until like around 2018 or which he came back again, but he was named as TG Castle now, which is the Cars 3 stock car of the veteran racer. And then it wasn't until 2020 when this guy came back again for Thailand, and he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when this guy came back again, now made in Thailand. And then later on in 2025, he came back again. So yeah, but overall, this guy is actually not that bad at all. But now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Billy Oil Changer. Now, he also do have a lot of releases like synthetic rubber tires, and then he did get his pitties, his crew chief, and his hauler. And then later on, he also did get a single release back in 2016. And then it wasn't until 2020 when this guy came back again, now made in Thailand. And then he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when this guy was in a multi-pack with Chuck Armstrong and Dirksen Diego. And he stayed like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came back for Case N of 2025, which you could get him as a single now. So yeah, but now take a comparison of Davey Apex. I gotta say I do prefer Billy Oil Changer a lot because I do love the orange and I do love the body that he has. And now Billy Oil Changer is actually one of the few racers that does have a different mustache, which Davey Apex's mustache, or grill, which I say, has the Dirksen Diego mustache, which I actually do love that grill a lot, which it does look really nice. So yeah, but overall, Billy Oil Changer is actually not that bad at all. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next racer, and that's going to be Winford Bradford Rutherford. And now, about this guy's history, he did also have some synthetic rubber tire releases, which he had like his actual artwork, which all the rest did not, instead of their sponsors. And he did also, they had some synthetic rubber tire releases, and he did also get his hauler, and it wasn't like that all the way up until 2015 or 2016 when this guy came out as a single. And then in 2020, this guy came back again, made in Thailand, but he had the Bruce Miller artwork for Cars 3. And then later on in 2022, he was released again from Thailand with the white box in the background. And it wasn't until 2025 when he came back again, now fully red riders and everything. So yeah, but overall, Winford is actually not that bad at all. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the last one, and that's going to be Ryan Shields. Now, he did also get like a lot of releases like synthetic rubber tires, and originally Mattel was planning to release his hauler as well, but unfortunately it got canceled. So yeah, but also late 2019 he did also get his metallic release, and then he stayed like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came back again, now made in Thailand. And now comparing this to Billy Oil Changer, I gotta say I do love Ryan Shields a lot, which I do love that light water blue, whatever blue is, and I do love the turquoise on him. But the only downfall is that he doesn't have that dark blue on the hood and on the spoiler as well, which the original China one did have as well. So yeah, but overall, all these RPM races are actually not that bad at all, which they are my second favorite ones. So yeah, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the last one, which we're going to be doing all the leakless racers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Okay, so I have all the leakless racers lined up as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Floyd Mulvihill, which this guy, he has been with us for like a long time already, which he did have some synthetic rubber tire releases, which he had his artwork as well. And he did also have a single release, which I don't know if he came out in 2015 or 2014, which he did come out at that time as well. So yeah, and then it wasn't, he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when this guy was in the 2-pack with Krusty Rotor, which you're seeing right now. And it wasn't like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came out as a single. Which, if you guys don't have him yet, I suggest you go stop at Target because there's like a lot of pegs full of him. Which, if you guys see all my toy hunts of going to Target, checking out the car section, you'll see they have a lot of Floyd Mobile Hills there, which they don't sell out at all. But anyways, take a look at Krusty Rotor. He did have like a lot of releases as well with the deck of rubber tires and everything, which he had. He also came out in 2015 or 2014 as well, and he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when he was in the 2-pack with Floyd Mobile Hill, and then later on in 2023 he got released again as a single, and that's pretty much it for this guy. So yeah, but overall, Floyd and Krusty was actually not that bad at all. But now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Murray Clutchburn, which he did have like a lot of releases with synthetic rubber tires, and he did also got a single release which had a different shade of green, and he stayed like that all the way up until 2022 when this guy came back again with the more accurate green color. So yeah, but overall, Murray Clutchburn was actually not that bad at all. But now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Ernie Gearson. He did also came out as a synthetic rubber tire releases, and then as a single he was released in the 2-pack or a single back in 2015, and then he stayed like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came out as a single with that accurate blue color from the movie. So yeah, but overall, Ernie Gearson is actually not that bad at all. But now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next racer, and that's gonna be Claude Scruggs, which he did also have like a lot of releases with like rubber tire and everything, and he did come out as a single, and then he stayed like that all the way up until 2020 when this guy got released again from Thailand, and then he stayed like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came back again. So yeah, that's pretty much all the history that we have for Claude Scruggs. But now he does feature the same body mold as Floyd Mobile Hill, Krusty Rotor, and Ernie Gearson. So yeah, but overall, Claude Scruggs is actually not that bad at all. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the last one, and that's going to be Eugene Karboreski. Now, about his history, he did also got some synthetic rubber tire releases as well with the artwork of him. And then he did came out in 2015 or 2016. And then he actually stayed like that all the way up until 2025 when this guy came back after many years of him trying to get a Thailand release. So yeah, and he appears to be one of the rarest Piston Cup racers to get a Thailand release, which Eugene is actually one of the last Piston Cup racers that need a Thailand release. So yeah, but overall, all these leakless racers are actually not that bad at all. And those were all the Piston Cup racers that I reviewed and talked about their history in this video, which I gotta say, I do love all these Piston Cup racers a lot, which I'm still waiting till I get more of them, so I can complete my collection of the Piston Cup racers. So yeah, but overall, this review is actually not that bad at all. But anyways, guys, a big announcement for day 9, which we're gonna be doing another toy hunt video for you guys, which you guys really do not want to miss out because I did find a lot of good stuff. So make sure you guys get ready for that. But anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys for day 9 of the 10 Days of Christmas. Thank you for watching.